wait to see who comes live. And I'm going to wait for some people to turn up today. Oh, there's people here. It's like all of a sudden there's numbers that come on the little eye. Okay, I'm going to share it. And while I'm waiting for people to join and I'm going to share this, I want you to like let me know if you'd let things stop you, okay? Because I've got a lot to say today, like, and I want to know how you're feeling. One, after the tarot reading I did yesterday, because I feel like it triggered a few people deeply, and I really want to hear how you're feeling. And I also know that there's a lot of people that have kind of hit, not rock bottom today, but there's been a lot of emotions around the place today. So I really want to hear how you're feeling. Hey, Uli. So if you are here, please say hi. And I will just share this whilst I'm waiting. I haven't done a nighttime live stream before a little bit, so I'm a little bit excited about that. All right, I'm nearly done sharing this, and there is more people here. Hi, Narissa, Tammy, Julie, I saw you all jump on. Hello. Okay. Sweet. Okay. Oh, and Alicia's here too. Hi. And if you'd like me to pull a card for you, I feel like pulling some cards tonight. So I will await if people would like me to pull cards too. I've got the Messenger Oracle and the Archangel Raphael deck. For some reason, I feel like pulling cards tonight for people. I haven't pulled cards for a little while. Well, live. So I'm kind of feeling that pull. And, okay, Jolene wants a card. Cool, because I feel like I want to start with pulling cards, and then I feel like maybe my story or my day will come out today, because there's lots that like I wanted to talk about today, and I kind of don't know where to start. So I think pulling cards for people is probably a really good start, right? Okay, all right, Narissa wants one too. Hi, Alicia. All right, so if you would like me to pull a card for you, please say, yes, please, I would like you to pull me a card. So, okay, which deck? I'm going to pull one for you, Jolene, from the Messenger Oracle deck. I also have a live Instagram going here tonight as well. Haven't done a live stream like this. I didn't do one yesterday because I was so busy and it wasn't priority over the other priorities that I had to do yesterday. And, okay, so if you just joined the live stream, I'm happy to pull a card for you tonight. Please tell me, yes, I would love a card. If so, there's more people jumping on. I can see, that's why I'm saying it again. The other thing is, like, there's so much I want to say, and like, you know, that whole thing about, so you're going to let it stop you, is like, what I really wanted to say is, you know, like, I guess, like, I kind of hit a lull, like, I don't know, I kind of feel like I gave birth to my trust intuition, then I was like, well, now what, right? And then it was like this space of like, I don't know, like I did the detox, you know, I did the 3-day raw fasting, and I went into my cave. And then like from that, like just all these ideas and like everything that I kind of already knew that I was always going to do is like, oh, okay, cool. Now I know how to do it. And so it's like, now I'm doing it. And I feel like my energy has just gone like, whoop, like through the roof. And, but not just like my energy, but it's something like, I don't know what the word is, like it's, I don't know if collectively is the word either, but I guess energetically I've shifted to the next level. I feel it in my bones, and my reality is shifting to match that, and it's fucking phenomenal, to be honest. And I'm noticing that people are noticing that, especially today. I've had a lot of stuff there. Yeah, it is a lot of strength. You know, and it's a big internal strength, you know, and that's from doing Trust the Intuition, you know. As much as I am creating these courses for you guys, they're kind of selfishly for me too, right? Because you know what that saying is, you know, like you teach most what you need to learn, you know, like, and I come out stronger every fucking time I put this in. Yeah, my energy, yeah, you can feel it, right? And it's just like this amazing, you know, like, I don't know, like now I'm really clear about what I'm doing. It's like nothing's stopping me, you know, like I was up till 2 a.m. last night. I'll be up late tonight. I have to get up at 3 a.m. in the morning. You know, I've got a big few days ahead of me, but I'm like, I don't really, doesn't kind of faze me, even though I'm like, you know, aware of, you know, where I am. It's infectious tonight. Yeah, good. Yeah, I really felt called to jump on live stream tonight. I wasn't going to live stream again because I've got all this stuff I've got to get done, which is kind of normal, you know, like now I'm really clear about the vision ahead. You might have seen this morning that I've launched the date for the Light-Filled Yoga online classes. Like that will be next Wednesday as well. And I wasn't going to do that again today, right? It was like this thing of like, okay, I was going, okay, so the other thing that I created for you guys today, and I'll share the link in the comments, is so every month I'm going to do a free monthly tarot forecast. So that means that I'll go through each week for each month. So obviously I've done June for you guys already. So I'll put the link in the comments. So that's just a free monthly tarot forecast that you can get delivered to your inbox. So I'll post the link in the comments. So I've done that as well, and it's like, I was like creating that today, and then it was like post about Light-Filled Yoga, and I'm like, but I'm doing this, and it was just like kind of ignored it. And I was like kept going, and then it was like strong again, and I'm like, god damn it, I've got to do this, right? So I just posted, you know, just a little thing. You might have seen it, you know, about Light-Filled Yoga online classes being launched and opened next Wednesday. I'm freaking excited about that. I will share more details about that on Friday. But it was kind of like this thing of like, I don't know, like now I'm very clear about what I need to do and what I'm being called to do and what I want to do. It's like something has definitely shifted, yeah? Like obviously you guys can feel it. So anyway, obviously I needed to tell you that little bit. So Jolene, I'm pulling a card for you first. So if you've just joined online, I will pull a card for you. So Jolene, your card has fallen on the floor. This is obviously your card. Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting considering the tarot reading I just did for the month of June as well, right? So this is for Jolene. So this card, I don't know if you can see it. All right, I'm going to put it real close and see if it'll focus and see if it will see the picture there. Okay, I'm going to hold it still for a bit. All right, so this says honor Gaia. Yeah, so obviously we know that Gaia is our mother, our earth mother, and you can kind of see in the tree, she's got like, you know, the stag horns, which are very symbolic of, you know, like I'm hearing dominance, but I'm not getting it's a dominance thing. It's more of like a king thing, yeah, like the stag horn. I have to ask you if you've read the Mists of Avalon series at all, Jolene. If you haven't, highly recommend reading the Mists of Avalon. There's a lot of that kind of, I guess, I don't know what you call it. I was going to say esoterical, but it's like, I guess it is. And magical kind of energy in there, yeah? And it's like, you know, the thing that's really, I'm really noticing about this card for you, Jolene, specifically, is out of her mouth is obviously pouring the, I guess, the water of life. Okay, you need to read the Mist of Avalon. Can't remember who the author is by this second, but I'll Google it and I'll put it in the link for you in the comments once I finish. So, okay, well that kind of answers a lot in itself if you haven't read the Mists of Avalon. Those books are life-changing. I couldn't put them down. Maybe they won't be for you, but it's what's really coming to mind. But yeah, as I said, like the water or such coming out of her mouth, and it feels like you're stepping into a deep flow. You're stepping into a deep abundance right now, and it's kind of like this stuff coming out of her mouth, like that, you know, waterfall. It just feels like a big flow, like an abundance, you know, it's almost like everything will be all right, that kind of thing. And I know it says honor Gaia, which is very much about being grounded and, you know, connecting with nature, but I'm kind of getting for you, it's more about connecting to the flow, connecting to your inner light, connecting to what's important to you, stepping into the flow, trusting that, and knowing that you're 100% supported, which is that abundance flow there. So I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but it feels like the sun there's the sun, the moon, and the darkness obviously under the ground there, but the sun is really jumping out at me for you too, and it feels like you are stepping into your power, you're stepping into a new cycle, you're stepping into something new that's going to support you more than you've ever been before. So really trust that for yourself there, and if you can grab your hands on the Mists of Avalon, highly recommend. All right, so I'm going to just check who else. I'll do them in order of who said yes, please pull a card for me. So there's a few more people here. Hi. All right, so Narissa, you'd love a card. I'm going to pull an Archangel Raphael card for you, Narissa. I've got a couple of decks here, and I felt like pulling cards here for you tonight. Well, not maybe two, but the next few days I'll be on the road and traveling, so I won't be able to sit here and pull cards. I can always pull cards without having my card deck. That is a skill. Okay, so the other thing that I'm wanting to talk about, I knew that I had to talk about things as I was pulling cards for people tonight, apparently. Okay, so Narissa, as I've spoken, I've pulled a card for you. Easy does it. So easy does it, yeah, holding a baby. So really nurturing yourself and caring for yourself like you would a newborn child. Dear Archangel Raphael, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. Now, I'm very curious if you, and for you too, Jolene, if you want to grab the free monthly tarot forecast, because there's a lot of this sort of thing coming for the first week of June is, you know, about just slowing down. And yes, we've got so much to do and there's so much going on and so much is coming up, but it's kind of like, it's just like a step back and just let it be what it is, you know, do what you have to do, turn up. But then, you know, it's almost like I don't know what the word is, don't overburden yourself or don't push yourself. And, you know, like for you, Narissa, it just feels like this sense of, you know, you've been opening lots. So the flowers, the pink flowers in particular are opening up. I know that looks purple there, but they kind of like a purpley pink. And in saying that, the crown chakra is purple, the ear chakra is a magenta pink, and they're both a feminine energy. They're both a more dominant feminine energy of being able to open, you know, your, not just your chakras, but your energy, and come more into your feminine power, more into, you know, the beingness rather than the doing. And it feels like you've been doing lots of that, and lots of things have been shifting and creating for you from that being space. But it feels like, and it doesn't feel like you have been pushing, but it feels like there's a bit of attachment going on there. It's like oh, I better hold on to this, or it's going to go, or something like that sort of an energy. So whatever you've got going on there, just kind of just like getting trust for you. In that, you know, space of just, you know, as it says, please help me detach, retreat, and let go so that healing can occur. Yeah. And so when we're holding on like that, it's kind of like this space of, I can't, you know, it's like pulling the tight rope, right? Whereas if you kind of let it go, everything will kind of fall, you know, into place almost. That's the kind of sense that I'm getting for you about that. Yeah. So I'm hoping and trusting, not hoping, I'm trusting that that makes sense for you. I'm just going to look at these comments here. All right, so who was next? All right, so Uli was next. Okay, Uli, what card deck? I'm feeling the flower card deck for you, Uli. I'm just going to grab it. I always feel kind of funny when I pick up my like glass jar to drink out of. It's like my sauerkraut jar. Someone said it to me the other day. They're like, "Are you drinking out of a jar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like holds more water." Like maybe I need to buy glasses that have more water, but I don't know. I tend to save these jars because they're very handy and they also hold a decent amount of water, so I can drink a lot of water. Does anyone else drink out of jars? I don't know. I do drink out of jars quite a lot. So I've got Instagram Live and Facebook Live happening here. So if you would like me to pull a card for you, I've got cards going on here tonight. All right. Hey, Craig. So I'm pulling a card for, it was actually you that said about the jar thing, and I just had a drink on my live stream out of my jar, and I'm like, pull you or pull a card for you? I can pull you or pull a card for you. All right, you're making me blush. Stop. It's making me blush on live stream. All right. Who am I pulling a card for? All right, I pulled one for you, Narissa, so I hope that that made sense for you. Well, I trust that it did. I know I'm very, very intuitive and I'm very, very fucking spot on. And that was the other thing that happened today, that I was just sitting there working away, doing my thing, and just, the thing about me, and I always kind of get that, it's like, I just think that everyone's that intuitive, like, and I'm like, I know that everyone has the capacity and the potential to be that intuitive like I am, and sense and feel and know so much. But, like when it happens, and then I'm just like, automatically, it's like straight away, I'm like, bang, like I know what's going on, and I get signs, like spirit shows me signs and confirmation and shit, and it's just like, I don't know how. It was like setting up my new website page today, and, how I came about to do that was at 2 a.m. when I crawled into bed last night. It was like I stumbled across someone on Instagram and ended up on their website, and it was just like all these ideas, and I was like, oh, of course. I was like, that's how I do it, right? And I've kind of been, it's like, that's just being in flow and the intuitive space of just like, doing that all the time, yeah? So it's like this thing of being able to, have that, I guess, trust that, one, you're always guided to do exactly what you need to do when you need to do it. Plus, having a thing of being able to, it is, and I guess it is a trust, right? And, hence why I teach trust your intuition, because when you trust in that much sense, and trust in the flow, and trust in your intuition, and like pretty much fuck everyone else, it's kind of like this space of, that was the point of my live stream tonight, was like, so are you going to let it stop you? Because the couple of things that happened to me today, happened to me, I'm not in a victim space about it, was just interesting, the stuff that was going on with what I was creating as well, because I know I'm stepping up to next level. I know that I'm, putting myself out there to the world in a really, really huge way. And it's like this thing of being able to, I don't know how to describe it, to be honest, right? It's kind of like, it's a sense and it's a feeling, and you guys feel it. You feel my energy and my, I'm there, I'm next level. I've been doing the work, and stuff is shifting in my reality to match that, and people are feeling that, yeah? Even if it's not a conscious feeling, it's a subconscious, sense that, like there's something shifting there, yeah? All right, so Uli, interesting, this card for you. Interesting and not, because I think that, oh, the connection keeps breaking up. Okay, I wonder if I should put it on live stream. Sorry, I just saw those comments. I know I'm here. I think, am I on Wi-Fi? I'm going to check. Let me check. It might cut out if I just check this. Oh. All right, maybe it's going to check now. That's a bit interesting, actually. All right, I'm going to wait and tell me if you're here. Say hi and tell me you're here on the live stream, because I've been having, like, my computer's been going slow, and I thought it was my computer, but I have a feeling it's the Wi-Fi for some reason, because when I take it off Wi-Fi, it seems fine. All right, I'm going to wait. Hey, you're on Instagram. Smart move. I haven't got to your card yet. Yeah, I just jumped off the Wi-Fi because for some reason it's not... Alright, I'm just going to check this live stream. It's going to work. I'm sorry I didn't see those comments, that it was like dropping out. That's so annoying. You'd think that the Wi-Fi would be stronger, like, because it's the broadband NBN network. Like, oh my god, it's the NBN. But it drops out all the time. Alright. Okay. Alright, so this is the card for Uli, yeah? Okay. So, this card for Uli is open your heart, yeah? So open your heart. Your potential for greater love rests in opening your heart, blockages and wounds from your past will be healed and you'll be met with the true passion that you seek. So I feel that this card for you, Uli, is really around the stuff of, I don't know if there has, okay, I know you're in a relationship, and I also know you're in the Calling in Your Soulmate group, right? So I know I know a bit more than what's on the live stream, right? So with the open your heart, it's like having this. Okay, so when we move through a relationship, okay, and I actually spoke about this on the week 4 of the Calling in Your Soulmate training, right? Which audio is in the group now, right? So if you're resonating with what I'm about to say, I'll post the link to the free group for Calling in Your Soulmate in the comments, because it is in there right now. And what I'm speaking about right now is what I pretty much spoke about on the audio. So when you move deeper into a relationship, especially a fairly new relationship, okay, you are kind of, what's the word, like you're finding the, I guess, boundaries, you're learning about each other, you're finding the rhythm and the flow in working together as a team, yeah, and coming together in a life, right? And with the open your heart card for you, Uli, it feels like, you know, like when you move into a relationship, it's like I'm getting the sense of like 2 steps forwards and 1 step backwards, but it's kind of not that in a negative way. But in any sort of a new relationship, it's kind of like, oh, you get close and then stuff will come up and you'll be like, oh, and then you get close and then stuff will come up and you'll be like, oh, and then stuff will come up and then you get close and you'll be like, oh, right? And that is kind of like a natural and normal thing that will happen in any relationship, whether it's an intimate partner or someone else. You know, a career or a business relationship or a person down at the corner shop relationship, right? You'll go through these phases because every relationship has kind of, I guess, every relationship will have stuff come up. It's a normal human thing to have stuff come up, yeah? And with this space of, you know, you open your heart, your potential for greater love rests in opening your heart. Blockages and wounds from your past will be healed and you'll be met with the true passion you seek. The main kind of thing that I'm getting is, you know, like obviously when you move into a relationship and you feel safe and you trust and you feel love and validated and accepted, you're like, oh, okay, so you're open right up, and then it's like, and you're like, and then you stuff and you're like, oh, and then like an old wound from the past or an old memory will pop up, and then your body will be like, ah, and then you'll be like, ah, this is what's happening, and you'll get triggered and stuff. But actually what's happening is you're actually kind of clearing the slate from the past so you continue moving forward in the future as a clean slate, right? So this open heart, I'm getting a sense of like the more that you open, it's like the more that you open, yes, quote unquote, more stuff can come up, but I'm not getting that for you in a sense of like the more you open, the more love you have to hold the stuff that comes up. That's kind of the core message. And I know I've just kind of done a whole roundabout way of saying it, right? I was trying to get to a point there. So it's kind of like, you know, opening your heart, and the more you open your heart, the more love is there to hold the stuff, right? Because we all know that stuff is just stuff, emotions are just emotions. And the thing that heals emotions and, you know, has that, I don't know, I guess heals emotions, right, is love, right? So the more you open your heart, the more, I guess, quote unquote, stuff you can hold without being triggered as much, without going deep into it as much. It'll just be like, oh, okay, cool, this is happening again. Okay, right. Or this is coming up. Okay, something else is coming up, right. I'm going to choose to stay open and hold this with so much love and compassion, right? Because the first time it happens between you and a new partner, it's like, it'll, hey, I got Instagram Live. There's new people joining Instagram Live. Hi. So, like, the more that you move into a relationship, you know, with somebody in a new relationship, it's kind of like, you know, you're kind of getting to know each other, and then stuff will come up, and you're like, okay, well, how do I deal with this? Because this person deals with it this way, this person deals with it this way, and, you know, you're getting to learn every aspect about each other, right? So eventually you get into a groove about how to hold space for each other in a loving and compassionate way when each of us has got stuff going on too, yeah? So open your heart. Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful red rose in there. So the more you open your heart, the more you can hold the space for stuff, and it won't, you know, it won't feel as big, right? Because the love is bigger. Yeah, that's the message. Love the hand movements. Yeah, I do talk with my hand a lot. My hands, I'm a very, what's the word? I'm a very expressive person. Right? Yeah, I'm pulling cards for people. If those people who just joined me on Instagram Live, so if you'd like me to pull a card, just say yes, please. I'd love a card. There is a few people already awaiting, and I'm excited to be on live stream tonight. So I'm kind of talking a fair bit, but I feel like I want to connect with you guys because I didn't yesterday because I was doing all the tarot readings. And okay, so that's yours, Uli. All right, Tammy, I've got one for you. Which card deck am I pulling for you? The flowers too. Okay. All right. You choose the 8 of Hearts. I'm pulling tarot cards. I don't know that I've got, I guess I could read, I can read anything, so I could read those sort of cards. Okay, Tammy, for you, I've pulled the chakra clearing card out of the, it's a lotus flower, as you can see. So I've got Facebook Live and Instagram Live happening. So it says, by clearing your chakras, you open yourself up to profound wisdom. Now, this is really interesting, and what's coming to mind for you, Tammy, and the message I'm kind of getting is that I've been really getting the intuitive message so strongly, especially today, especially in the past few days, clear energy, clear energy, clear energy. So it's kind of like, you know, you can do a meditation. If you've got your morning meditation routine or whatever kind of routine you have to clear your energy every day, whether just like having a physical shower, you might have a, you know, an energy cleaning routine, which is something I highly recommend if you work with me. And, you know, like specifically over these past few days, it's kind of like, it's been like, okay, clear energy again, like consistently, like a lot, right? And so I'm kind of getting this same message for you, Tammy. So especially when we're going through, I don't know what the word is, intense situations or big changes in our life, or we are, busy, like, you know, we don't have a lot of time to take care of ourselves, like me, like working in my business, I'm still taking care of myself, but, you know, it's like I'm working like a lot right now because I'm just like in flow and it's just like flowing out of me, and I trust that. And it's like, okay, so, you know, it's like clear energy more than what you would usually do, so I guess I'm still doing as much self-care because it's a very self-care thing to clear energy. So for you, Tammy, clear energy, you are in trust, your intuition, you have all those tools at your disposal. It doesn't mean that you have to sit there and meditate, but you've got those tools. And by the way, if anyone's interested, all these like quick tools to clear energy are in the Clearing Energy Blueprint, which is a bonus for Trust Intuition, but I've also set it up to be a separate mini course, because Clearing Energy Blueprint is exactly this, about how you can clear energy on the go, while you're driving, while you're working, while you're doing all these things, because it's so important for people to know this, to keep your intuition clear, to stay connected to the flow so you don't take on other people's energy. So especially when you are around lots of people or they're going through heavy stuff, keep clearing your energy. Even if you're like clearing your chakras, and then you have to clear your chakras, and you have to clear your chakras, right? Like, do it. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing it, and sometimes we need to do that more than others. So that's for you, Tammy. All right, Alicia, your turn. Yes, do live feeds. They're awesome. You flow and you grow. Yeah, absolutely. You're in the flow, you know, and the flow has many faces. The goddess has many faces. You know, like there's so many different, you know, ways to do things, and a big part of any of that is trust, yeah? All right, so Alicia, I am pulling your card. I'm not sure if you're on Instagram or Facebook. I know the stuff dropped out on Facebook before, so I've jumped off my Wi-Fi, which is a bit annoying because I just think that the plug into the thing would be there. Yeah, your Wi-Fi's annoying you. Your wife is annoying you tonight too. Your wife, Wi-Fi. That's funny. Like I've had that a lot. Yeah, you are on Instagram. Cool. Yeah, you did lose me on Facebook. Isn't that weird? Like, you know, like been working at my computer all day on my Instagram. My Facebook's been slow, or my internet's been slow on my computer. My Wi-Fi, I'm like, what's going on? But then I went out and my phone was slow too, and I'm like, maybe there's something there. Yeah, and it was funny. I need to be reconnected. I actually thought earlier today, I'm like, maybe my modem. So has it been 2 years? Like these things only last 2 years, and last time I upgraded my modem, it would be 2 years actually. Last time I upgraded my modem, I didn't know you had to upgrade them. And the lady's like, oh yeah, they don't last very long and stuff. And I'm like, oh, and I got this new one and it was extremely fast just because I upgraded the modem itself. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for that. All right, so Alicia, I was just looking at your profile name, Mrs. Damick, which is your married name. So Alicia, I have pulled this card. Now it's kind of a dark card. I don't want you to get scared about it because it's actually a beautiful big dragon. And so there's nothing bad about this, but it just looks like I'm just giving you a heads up because I've pulled it out of the Messenger Oracle. So he is holding a skull in the hand. And is a big, beautiful dragon here. Now, I love dragons. I've had a dragon spirit totem hanging around me quite strongly this past week. Every time I've gone to sleep, you know, when you're in that like sleep, you know, wake state, when you're just falling asleep or you're just coming awake, and I just see him so clearly in my third eye, like just there in his massive eye. It's like just there, this big dragon. I love dragons. So the message that I'm getting for you, this card, Alicia, says, make the sacrifice. Now, I'm curious about what this means for you because this moon, so there's a moon in the picture, is jumping out at me, and it is the new moon, right? It's a dark moon, new moon energy, which is what we just had last Thursday, Friday, and it was quite kind of heavy for a lot of people. It's kind of pretty dark and heavy, new moon, dark moon this time. So just... Okay, so the message that I'm getting for you around that is, you know, what was going on Thursday, Friday for you, and it feels like there's a decision that you need to make. So making the sacrifice, obviously, you know, is like doing whatever it takes. Hence this live stream that I, you know, called was like, you know, so you're going to let it stop you. And it just feels very similar to that in a sense of like, don't let it stop you. Don't let it deter you. Don't give up is what I'm getting the message in. I just got goosebumps saying that. So, you know, like don't give up, right? Don't let it stop you. Don't let it deter you. Now, I know there's a skull in his hand, and, you know, for people who, I don't know, like might take that as a bad sign, I take it as a friggin' significant sign because I don't know if you've heard of like the Mayan skulls. They're like the crystal skulls, and they hold like all the wisdom of, you know, quote unquote the universe, or, you know, all the generations gone by, you know, so there's like this well of knowledge, you know, basically in the brain, you know, that symbolism thing there. And it just feels like don't give up. I'm getting goosebumps here, right? And the message I just got when I spoke about the skull and the brain is like there's so many options available to you, and right now it might not feel like that, and it just feels like one, don't give up. I can't believe I'm getting covered in goosebumps like so strongly, more than anyone's reading tonight, so you must really need to hear this, right? And it just feels like when I spoke about the skull and the brain, it's almost, I kind of saw like the spider web, you know, you would have heard me talk about the spider web all the time, you know, and it's like, it just feels like this spider web of knowledge, and this spider web of, you know, like knowledge is infinite, like, you know, like there's a limitless amount of knowledge that you can tap into, and that's why you should never give up on your dreams, no matter what that is, and never give up on what's important to you, right? Like, if it, you know, this is so in alignment with my live stream tonight, like, so you're gonna let it stop you. It's like, are you gonna let someone else's opinion of you or your dreams or your goals or what your heart's calling you stop you, right? Because I tell you that so many people will just go, you know what, it's too hard, I give up. Which is exactly why I said, you know, in my live stream topic tonight, like, are you going to let it stop you? Like, I spent all day working on this project today, right? That I'm going to release in the live stream comments. It's a free monthly tarot forecast. And I was setting it up on lead pages and, you know, doing all this thing. And I said, I'm like, sweet, I can go to the shop and then I can come home and do my live stream and then I can put it on. And I'm like doing it and it's like one little thing wouldn't work. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I was just going to jump on live stream like an hour ago. I'm like, I had to fix this thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I did it and it still didn't work. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can see why people would give up. I can see why people don't do what I'm doing. I can see why people just go, you know what? It's too effing hard. Like, I had to literally set this thing up like 3 times starting over, right? And then eventually I ended up doing it a different way to make it work. It's just like, you know, it's like, what are you gonna let? Are you going to let these things stop you? Yeah. Are you going to let some technology things stop you? And, you know, the other things about, you know, are you going to let it stop you is like, you know, the other things that happened today. One of them was something that also happened a couple of weeks ago and it came kind of back in my field. And I'm like, well, this is interesting. And I was like, you know, the old Hannah would have got so upset. The old Hannah would have got triggered to all fucking hell. The old Hannah would have had a massive rant on Facebook about it. The old Hannah would have written an incredible blog about it. And instead, I chose to go, you know what? Oh, Sue fly, Sue. Got work to do. Right? And it's like, you know, I am so grateful to Sean Thomas, which is also known as Ask a Millionaire on Instagram. He's on Facebook as well. Follow him. He's awesome. And I always remember so clearly, like it stuck out. I was watching one of his live streams and someone asked him about what do you do about haters and what do you do about people that, you know, pull you down and all this sort of thing. And he's just like, you know what, well, one, and I see him do it all the time on his live stream, he just blocks, like just blocks. And then he said, and he's like, it's just like a fly, you just shoo it off. And I was like, oh my God, that is like the best analogy ever. It's kind of like people will come in and, you know, like try and, you know, make you, you know, try and pull you off path. And it's like, you know, are you going to let that pull you off path? Because I tell you what, when you step up, when you make a commitment to your goals and your dreams and you don't let anything stop you, not even the technology, not even having to do it 10 times over, because you know deep in your heart you're meant to do that, so you will do whatever it takes to do that, right? Even if you have to do it 10 times over, like I had to do the thing 3 times over this afternoon, right? Or this evening to try and then get on live stream and like be able to share it with you, which is the monthly tarot forecast, which I'm hanging to let you guys into. I'm going to do a monthly forecast every month now. And that's just a free tarot forecast that you can sign up for and get it delivered to your inbox. So I'm really excited about that. And because I love pulling these cards, right? So it just feels for you so strongly, Alicia, to, you know, like just don't give up. Like it's almost like what anybody says out there is one, only a reflection of your deepest fears that it can't happen. And 2, is kind of like, you just need to go, it's almost like, I keep hearing the saying like water off a duck's back, yeah? Like just water off a duck's back and just, you know, pretty much like just putting your wings up or putting your, you know, the feathers up on the duck, just going, you know what? I'm going to find my way. I'm going to find a way to make this happen, right? And you might have to let go of it ever possibly happening, right? Because in those moments, that's when it usually happens, as we always know, right? The moment we let go is when it usually happens. Hey, Jessie. Good to have someone on live stream on Facebook. I don't know what's happened to my live stream tonight. Some people are saying that it's not connected, but it's still going, so I'm trusting. Anyway, it's there for people. And I'm on Instagram Live too, so I've got people on Instagram Live too. So I hope that helps, Alicia. But yeah, like make the sacrifice in a sense of like, you know, ultimately, are you going to give up on your dreams, basically? You know, and you don't need to tell anyone, well, I'm not giving up on it. You just internally make a decision, well, I'm not giving up on this. And just trust that in that, you know, internal decision to not give up on it, the universe will find a way. And it will bring it to you. In a sense, right? And it's a same but different example. Like, you know, like last night, like I said, I already said this, that, you know, I'd been wanting to redo my website page and I didn't know how. And I was like, oh, and I kind of, I wasn't so worried about it, but I knew it had to be done. And, you know, at 2 a.m. when I'm crawling into bed, I just happened to scroll Instagram and check, because I love Instagram. Instagram's like my my vision board, or my yachts and what have you. And, yeah, okay. That makes sense. And that's the thing, you know, when there is a lot going on for you, like you just said, and it's kind of like, you don't know, it's just all too hard. It's in those moments, you know, where it's just like, well, you know what, it's all too hard, I'm giving up. In a sense of like giving up where you stop trying to push and make it happen. And it's kind of like you give up, but you don't internally give up. You know, your dream and your goals and your heart passion is always there, but it's not that you give up, but you almost take a break, almost. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying give up, but you need to step back and let go of the ropes, let go of the reins for a bit, and just let the wild horse take you wherever it needs to go for a bit, yeah? So, you know, like when it feels like that, just, you know, give up in a sense of just letting the horse guide you a bit, yeah? Just seeing you on like a wild horse, like, you know, not a crazy wild horse, like a nice grey coloured horse, sort of. Do you know those coloured horses? I know they've all got proper names. I don't really know my horses. That's what the image that I'm getting for you. So yeah, so just let it go and make the sacrifice, in a sense. Like, the sacrifice that I'm getting is, you know, not listening to everyone else's opinions and trusting yourself that there will be a way. Somehow there will be a way. The sacrifice is not giving up on your dreams. That's your sacrifice. Yeah? Yeah, awesome. All right, so I don't even know if anyone else is on live stream right this minute, because my Facebook's doing some weird ass things at the moment. And Jessie just said that on there she's watching the footy, she's watching the Blues. So everyone's watching. I forgot it's Origin night tonight. I did see some flags out and some people with their things on. And I'm hearing the neighbours going on. I always remember that when I was living in Brizzy. And there was, it was an Origin night, and I just remember going to sleep, and all I could hear was everyone cheering at, I don't know, was it 11:30 or something like that? And I'm like, oh, that's right, it's Origin night. It was so loud in Brisbane for some reason. So, yeah. So I'm going to post the link in the comments about the monthly free tarot forecast, because that's what I put together for you guys today. I felt really strongly guided to do that for some reason. So I will be offering that free monthly tarot forecast. So I'll post the link in the comments. So if you sign up for that, it's free, but every month it'll just automatically be sent to your inbox, to your email. So very simple. And it's just a week by week guide. So I've been guided to pull a card for each week, and obviously an overlying card as well. So it'll give you a kind of insight into the energy of the month of June. So that's my intuitive sense and card pull for you. And I actually used... what cards did I use this morning? For the month of June, we've got, I'm just going to check what cards they were. It feels important to say it for some reason. Oh, the Ascended Masters. It was the Ascended Masters cards that I used for the month of June. So really interesting there too. So if you are feeling called to get in on the monthly tarot forecast, I'll post the link in the comments for that. Now, the Calling in Your Soulmate group is still open, and oh, there is more people on Instagram than live stream, than Facebook. Oh, there is still people, and you can have a card too, for sure. I'm happy to pull cards for people. I'd love a card if you're still doing them. I am still doing them. I just didn't know if anyone was, for some reason the numbers are not showing on there, but there's people commenting, so there is people here. I don't know what's going on with my Facebook Live tonight. I'm gonna suss out that modem bar for sure. And yeah, so they're calling in your soulmate. So this is really interesting, right? Because what happened today, energetically, was such a space of, you know, everything that I'm doing in calling in your soulmate, like everything I've been intuitively called to, you know, teach and put into the calling in your soulmate class. is exactly what happened today. And, you know, like, big part of it is trusting your intuition and, you know, knowing what to do when you feel so much stuff as a highly sensitive empath in a relationship, and being able to go, well, actually, you know, like, is this my stuff? Is this their stuff? What do I do with this? You know, and it's kind of like, you know, just, you know, do you just brush it off like that fly? Or do you actually need to say something? You know, like, where's the kind of boundaries there? So in calling in your soulmate, go through all of this in depth. We start on the 9th of June, so Friday week. So we're starting on the full moon, which I'm really excited about, to be able to bring everything to light and work with the moon cycles. It's a 14-week intensive, so there'll be live streams every week. There's a private Facebook group. You've got support from me as we work through this, and the early bird closes midnight Monday night, so I'll post a link in the comments so you can jump in now. There is free training available in the group now, so you can dive in there and join us on that free training. So on the full moon, so you've got Friday week to go before that, so I will post the link in the comments for that too. Jessie, I have pulled for you the card of increased energy. So, increased energy. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of divine love and light. So, this beautiful card here for you, Jessie. This increased energy, it does feel like you've had a bit of an upswing of energy, but it feels like an internal shift in your heart and actually feeling a bit of pain in the heart. And I'm wondering if you've got a bit of pain or grief going on in your heart chakra. A lot of green, Archangel Raphael, deeply associated with the heart chakra as well, because it is a very, I guess, healing, receptive space to, you know, have that as well, like to have Archangel Raphael. And it feels like, and I'm curious if you have had increased energy lately, or that when there is grief or pain in the heart chakra, it kind of quote unquote shuts us down and we have a depletion of energy, which is obviously the opposite. But when we're able to feel that pain and grief, it shifts the energy out and we have an upswing. So I'm curious if you've just had a big shift, a big emotional shift, because it does feel like there's stuff shifting in your heart chakra, which is shifting your reality. So that is your card for you around that. And if there is any pain or grief, to be able to have compassion for that and let that out. Yeah. So I'd love to, you know, let me know if that resonates with you, but also send me a PM. Just feels like there's a bit of heart stuff going on for you there. So if that is all, you've been up and down and you're thinking a lot more positive, yeah, and that's going to definitely create, you're welcome, Jessie, that's definitely going to create, you know, and obviously an increased energy as well for you. You know, thinking more positive, definitely, you know, it's like a no-brainer, right? Our thoughts create our reality, so yay for doing that. I'm proud of you. All right, I'm going to post a link in the comments about the Calling in Your Soulmate group, plus the free monthly tarot forecast, so you can jump on in and receive that to your inbox immediately. So that is the forecast for June, which is only tomorrow away. So it's perfect timing for you to get in on that and have the overview for June to get a sense of what energies are flying around for the month of June to support you. All right, remember to keep it really real, and if you are feeling the pull from people around you because you are stepping up, remember, just flick that fly off and just keep focused on what you're doing, baby, because you focusing your energy on that will help to hold you, keep you stronger, and those flies are just to fly water off of the duck's back, yeah? So keep it really real, keep your focus, proud of you, lots of love, namaste.